This ain't luck. This is technical science. These things are measurable, they're repeatable, and it's a transferable skill. Look in my timeline. You can see folks that did these trades themselves. Not exactly like mine, obviously not to that degree, but they were still getting in the trades without me telling them how to do it. You know how they got there? Logging, journaling, studying, back testing, all the boring things that most of the students that come to me and quit or fail or complain or just say, well, this guy's probably a fraud because I couldn't learn how to do this. He complicates it. How complicated is knowing a level that it's going to likely to reach to, wait for a displacement in price in that direction, wait for a fair value gap to form, wait for it to return back up into that fair value gap if it's going to go lower, and then engage it, put the stop above the fair value gap, and then ride it out. How hard is that? Like, that's the easiest way of trading there is. You don't need any trend lines. You don't need any kind of indicators. You don't need anything except for reading price. Like, that's easy. There's nothing simpler than that. There's nothing out there simpler than that. You don't even need to put a moving average on here. What do you need the moving average for? You already know what the draw and liquidity is. It's dumb. You don't need a moving average. You need none of that stuff. You need a clock that has the right time for New York time, and you need the open, high, low, and close. That's it. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute, hourly chart, 4-hour chart, or daily. Whatever you want to use, they'll all deliver price. But a move on a 4-hour chart isn't going to have as many opportunities to enter and engage that a 1 and 5 minute chart would. Like, I can get in all kinds of trades and build up a position, enormous position, like putting new links on a chain from the main parent entry and all the subordinate entries that would be after that one. It's just simply just adding another link. So it's a chain reference from where I'm entering to where I'm thinking it's going to go. And that link of chain is just adding more, links to the chain from where I want to be in the marketplace initially, and where I believe the market's going to go, or terminus, final target. I'm having fun, and I see the feedback, and I see the folks that are really engaging and studying and proving that they're putting forth the effort, not just casually Netflix viewers. And now I feed off of that. Like, that gets me going. Like, it motivates me. But I don't want any of you to take what I'm showing you in these examples as you're going to be able to trade just like that after this year. That will not happen. That won't happen. But you will be able to use that model I taught last year on YouTube for free. You'll be able to trade that model proficiently, without a doubt. You'll absolutely know what you're doing. You'll know how to determine the bias. You'll be able to tell the bias for the day. You'll be able to tell the weekly expansion direction, where the most expansion will occur for that week coming. And you'll know the bias for each individual session, and you'll know when to avoid it. And I think if you learn those skill sets and you have done the work in studying what my entry criteria is for a fair value gap, a breaker, an order block, optimal trade entry, something to that effect, you'll have what you need, and you won't need to do anything else. You won't have to, stay hand in hand with me. You won't have to keep coming to my channel, and you won't have to go to anybody for anything. You'll be an independent, free thinker, and you'll know exactly how to engage. And over time, when you get to the point when you can get to a funded account and you can withdraw money, or you have your own money and you trade with live funds when you decide to do so on your own, once you start taking in that kind of extra stream of income, it encourages you. It makes you feel worthy. It makes you feel more capable as an adult. And it gives you confidence that even though things are getting expensive, and they're going to get even more expensive, you don't have to worry about falling behind in inflation, because the skill set you're learning is going to always outpace inflation. Like, do you foresee yourself worrying about the price of gas per gallon? If you can make, not just in a day, but let's just say you can make 5 figures in a week. Are you going to spend much time at all worrying about the cost of gasoline or the cost of a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread or clothing for you or your children? You're not going to worry about those things. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to provide a way for you to get that skill set so that way you can live a little bit more comfortable life. I'm not promising you're going to get rich. The apt pupil can see the opportunity for something like that, but I can't in good conscience promise that. But I can promise that you will learn how to reprice. You'll be consistently able to reprice. The default and result of that is whatever you want to make it. If you want to build this up to a big, monstrosity in terms of trading revenue, who says you can't do that? Who says you can't? So it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of what you're doing this for. And I don't want any of you to see what it is I'm showing you and think, okay, well, this is what he's promising I'm going to be able to do at the end of the year. No, you're going to be able to do one solid setup per week, one good setup that you're going to be able to find. Without a doubt, you will find one that will at least attack one of the major expenses you have for each month, and that's usually the rent or the mortgage payment. And recently, groceries is getting real close to the average mortgage or rent payment now. So if you could have that coming in, each month, that is a huge weight off your back, anyone's back, right? So I'm trying to start you like that. Get low-hanging fruit objective. Think about what I showed in that ends series. You make an ends meet.